Hey there, and welcome back to part two of sorting through this used Lego collection. Today, I've decided that the next best step is to start going through the sets that I was able to identify out and pull them all apart and get them bagged so I can get some of these bins back and save some space. So yeah, as you can see here, I was able to pick out some pretty cool sets. There's an AT-AT, a few X-Wings, General Grievous Starfighter. These are like some smaller builds. The Malevolence, Darth Vader's, TIE Advanced, a Slave One, a few Anakin's, Jedi Starfighters, the old 2001 Sith Interceptor, a couple of the Dorito TIE Fighters, a Millennium Falcon, and a Star Destroyer. On top of everything else that's in the big bin. So yeah, super excited to start sorting, but first I need to get this stuff bagged and out of the way. All right, so I've got everything bagged up here and ready to be put away. Basically, I'm gonna keep these to the side and separate throughout most of the process, at least most of the sorting process. So then after I have everything sorted and categorized and loaded onto Rebrickable, then I'll be able to go back and basically fill in the missing pieces. So yeah, now the next step in the process is to just start getting sorted. All right, so we are finally at the point where we're ready to start sorting the actual bulk of the collection. The main point of this process is to separate the bricks into bricks and larger pieces and plates and Technic slash special pieces. So I'm going to take you guys through my whole process and any little tips and tricks that I have along the way. So first you got to get some pieces laid out on the table, and basically the first step is we're going to go through and filter out all the plates. The reason why we're doing plates first is because a lot of them are big and they cover up a lot of the smaller parts, so getting those out of the way first is best. And so basically we're going to go through and slide any plates off into the side to where the plates bin is, and then anything else, bricks or Technic, will go into this discarded bin off to the side, and we'll repeat the process through the entire bulk bin until we have all of the plates out, and then we'll repeat the process for the bricks and then Technic and special pieces. So finishing up this group of pieces, just wanted to add, if you're going along this process and you're sliding your pieces back and forth, and you mess up and throw some bricks in the plates bin or some plates in the bricks bin, but it really doesn't matter because you're going to be going through multiple passes on these pieces. So if you miss one piece or mess up, you're gonna check it in the next pass. So what matters here is like you don't really think about it too much, and that's what will speed up the process. If you're sitting there thinking about every single piece, that's when things are gonna take a long time. So yeah, just not worry too much about being perfect, but more focusing on speed and getting things done in a timely manner. And there we go. There's the plates all separated out. Of course, we have a lot more to go, but this is just the beginning. So I'm finishing up the last few pieces here of this round and starting to get ready for the next round, which will be separating out the bricks and Technic pieces. Yeah, this is taking a while, but every step of the process gets a little bit shorter. Like I said before, probably the separating step is the longest and most painstaking, and then the initial separation of pieces is probably the second most difficult. And like I said, each step of the way the process gets a little bit easier and a little bit quicker, so that by the end, when we're putting pieces in respective bins and logging them in the system, it feels like we're making a lot more progress because each piece type goes by pretty quick. And there we go, done. Got all the plates separated out here, and yeah, now we have to go through the bin of bricks and Technic pieces. It's interesting to see the ratio of plates to other pieces. When you actually see it in person, you can actually tell that there's more plates than bricks, which is interesting. So yeah, now I gotta decide exactly what I want to do next. If I want to jump straight into separating bricks and Technic pieces, or going through the special pieces, going through the minifigure parts and sticker pieces. I guess we'll see. Alright, so I'm ready to go and start separating bricks and Technic pieces. You can see I've already kind of started a little bit there. But this round, I'm going to try a little bit of a different technique. I think it'll be better to help prevent the Technic pieces from rolling around everywhere. I'll stop in a little bit and show you guys exactly what I'm doing. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so I don't know if you guys could tell from the time lapse, but basically what I'm doing is I'm sliding all Technic pieces, special molds, plant pieces, anything of that sort into the smaller bin here, and then everything else, which is the bricks, into the bigger bin. So basically, the best way to filter it out is you get a little bit in front of you, and because there are less Technic pieces than there are bricks, that means once you're picking them out quickly and sliding them in, it'll leave bricks available to slide off to the side, and rinse and repeat over and over again until you make it through the whole pile. That's basically what I'm doing. So now we're just gonna grind through this entire bin, and I'll check back in once I'm completely done. Alright, so we've finally gotten all plates, bricks, and special pieces separated out. I think that'll do it for this part. I'm kind of dead, physically and mentally. Stay tuned for the next part, where we're going to start going super in depth into all the different types of parts and getting everything grouped together by specific piece type, as well as going through the minifigure parts and other special parts. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.